Hey guys, yeah, I have heard that law school acceptance is getting more difficult these days, and that, the median data points of acceptance are going up at these schools, and there's like a record number of people applying. So I just wanted to take a moment and say a couple things to those people out there who are applying, thinking of applying, who want to become lawyers, who might be anxious hearing all this news, okay? So the first thing, and this is the most important thing, you got to internalize this. You can't control what the other applicants out there are going to be doing. You can't control what the median GPA, the median LSAT, or any of these data points. You can't control any of that. Whether it's 2.0 or 4.0 at your dream school next year, you have no idea and you can't control it. So what you can control is the quality of your application to law school. What you can control is how are you approaching studying to get the best GPA? How are you approaching studying to get the best LSAT score? How are you going to frame your experience and your work experience, your internships, in a personal statement that's compelling to law school admissions offices? You should only focus on what you can control. You don't pay any attention. I can't say this enough, man. And I say this, I was guilty of doing this when I was in your shoes. I would look at the admissions data points like 3 times a day as if they're changing every day, like it's a Twitter feed. Like, no. But you really just got to stay focused on your own application, because that's the only thing you can control. It's the only thing that matters. It doesn't matter what everybody else is doing out there. What only matters is, did you give this thing your best shot, and did you leave it all on the field? The second thing I want to say is you don't know, even if your data points are lower than the median acceptance of some of these schools, you have no idea if you're going to get in or not. You don't know. So law schools don't just look at the data. They look at the story you tell. They look at the background and other qualities that you bring to the table as an applicant. They look at your experience. They look at, these days they don't really, I think, look at ethnicity. They may not even technically look at diversity, but whatever they're going to call it. And if they say they're not looking, like, sure, they can say that, but like behind closed doors, I have no doubt that law school admissions committees are looking at more than just the numbers. And also, just because you're below the median of the numbers of acceptance doesn't mean you're not going to get in either. So just don't get anxious when you don't even know what the outcome is yet, right? You may well get into your dream school even if your data points aren't where you hope them to, for them to be. The last thing I want to tell you is if you want to be a lawyer, if this is your dream, you're set on it, then you're going to do it, okay? You're going to kick butt. You're going to stay focused. You're going to get there. You're going to become a practicing lawyer. But before you become a practicing lawyer, you can all think about potentially transferring law schools if you don't end up going to one at first that you really love, that resonates with you. And this is what I did. I did it for a weird reason, because I didn't really apply originally to the school that I really wanted to go to. I was like super anxious at the time. I was risk averse, like learn from my mistakes, but also like remember your 1L year. Those grades are very important for jobs, but they're also important because if you want, you can apply to transfer to a different law school. And most of the time, if you do well your 1L year, you will get accepted into better law schools. If you want to, you don't have to. I'm just saying, if your goal is to go to a T14, that's your biggest dream, and then you only get into a T25, you could still go to the T25, and then you could transfer into a T14 potentially after that. So don't think about like where you get in off the bat, and like even if you attend that school, don't presume that that's the end all be all and that's the end of the line for you, because it may not be. You could potentially think about transferring. Anyway, listen, best of luck. As always, guys, I have a Discord, a mentorship pre-law Discord. The link is in the bio. I answer every question in there for free. I've brain dumped everything that I know about getting into law school and how I did it on the YouTube channel. Obviously, I have more content here for you guys. And I really can't say this enough. Just stay focused on yourself. Stay focused on your own application. Don't let the noise of like all the competitiveness and like what everybody else is doing, don't let that infect your mindset. The key that will differentiate you from other applicants is how focused you are right now when you're building the fundamentals of those applications, and then eventually obviously reflecting that in your application. All right, best of luck. You got this.